Lately, I've been playing quite a bit of Mortal Kombat 11, and it got me thinking, what if we pit two very popular gaming headsets against each other in a battle to see who comes out on top as the better, not best, because that's a very subjective term, gaming headset that you can get right now for under $120. In this video, we're going to pit the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro against the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Let's get to it. Hello, and thank you for checking out my video. In the battle between the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless against the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro, I will pit them against each other in 5 different categories: comfort, build quality, functionality, gaming sound, and mic quality. A little background: I have had both of these headsets for the last 6 months, and I've been using them extensively for gaming, whether it's on my PC or my PlayStation 5, mainly on my PC I would say. And I feel like I have a pretty good idea about these two headsets. Some of the similarities between these two headsets: one is they're both use a wireless USB dongle to transmit wireless audio, and they both have detachable mic. Here's a Cloud 2 that comes right off, and the Blackshark V2 here. Let's start with our battle with round 1, comfort. Round 1 of our battle between the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro and HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. We're going to start with comfort, so let's start with the Blackshark V2 Pro. Honestly, this is one of the most comfortable headset I have ever used in my life. I can confidently says that. The reason is because it has this headband has this really plush cushioning here, and me being bald-headed, this provides great level of comfort for my head. I don't really feel anything that's from the top of the band onto my head. Same material here in the ear pads, a little bit less cushioning than the headband, but it's still very soft, very comfortable. And when you put these on, you really feel the comfort of the headbands and the ear cup cushions together, and it's just a great comfortable wearing experience with these headsets. No complaints at all. Now the clamping force on the Blackshark V2 Pro, it's I would say it's a little bit on the lighter side, but it does provide enough force to make sure that it stays on your head, which is pretty important. Moving on to the Cloud 2 Wireless here. Now, the padding on this, not quite as cushioning, but still provides pretty good amount of cushion right here, both on the ear pads and the headband. What I do have to say, the material that this uses is like this, I don't know what you call this, like a leather red material. These are softer than what's on the Blackshark V2 Pro, which is more like a sports cloth material I should say. But I think this comes down to personal preference here. I think some people may prefer this material over the sports cloth material. For me personally, I find these to be comfortable when you put these on your head, and I do find it to be easy to wear. The clamping force on this, believe it or not, it may not look like it, but it is actually fairly light. I would say after wearing these for periods of time now, I would almost say the clamping force on these are a little bit lighter than the Blackshark V2 Pro over time. It might be just because of my head, it might be because of the way I broke it into. So who wins in round 1 in the comfort department? Both of these headsets are very comfortable. You're not going to go wrong with either one when it comes to the comfort. But if I must choose a winner, I will have to give the win to the Blackshark V2 Pro. Round 2, the build quality. Let's start out with the Cloud 2 Wireless. Looking at the way this headset is put together, first of all, you can see it has this metal hinge that connects the band to the ear cups with the wire exposed. It's on both sides, and they do feel sturdy. You can tell the ear cups just goes in and out. Doesn't really have a swivel function though, as you can see. Really can't move it that way. However, I do feel like this is a very sturdy design. Now, just from using it on a regular basis the last 6 months, I don't see any issues with the build quality. I mean, I'm stretching this out as far as I can. I have a pretty big head myself already. And I gotta say, the build quality on this headset, I don't have much concern about it. But how does this compare to the Blackshark V2 Pro is the better question. And here we have the Blackshark V2 Pro. The first thing you're going to notice is the big difference right here with the hinging design. This is a very thin wire, and I've often wondered, is this ever going to either, I don't know about snapping since it is metal, but is it going to go out, bend out of shape over time? The more you use it, does it just kind of loses its form? I mean, like I said, I've had both of these headsets for around 6 months, using them on a regular basis. I have not really seen anything happen to these wires. This has an exposed wire as well, just like the Cloud 2. The way it's put together, it's being put together by this little knob here on both sides. I'm not exactly sure how this is being put together, but stretching them out, I don't have any issues with it. I mean, this feels like a very, very sturdy headset as well. But however, if I have to pick a winner from a build quality standpoint, I think the winner for this round got to go to the Cloud 2 Wireless. I just feel like this is a sturdier design. Now, although this contact point right here, time will tell if this will hold up. But for the time being, the winner goes on build quality in this round goes to the Cloud 2 Wireless. Round 3 of our battle here, functionality. Let's start out with the Cloud 2 Wireless. On your left ear cup, you have your power button, mic mute button. Right ear cup is the volume scroll. Now, this is a continuous scrolling volume wheel. It does not end. It's a smooth scrolling with very, very, very little tactility. You can barely feel it. USB-C charging on your left cup, and of course this is wireless with the 2.0 dongle. Now, this headset does not have a 3.5 input. Therefore, you cannot use this with your Xbox because Xbox does not take USB audio. And you can only use with your Nintendo Switch in dock mode wirelessly. Once again, since there's no 3.5, you cannot plug it into it if you are playing on dock. Otherwise, it plays great with the PS4, PS5. Plays great with your PC, obviously. Now, I want to talk about the software on this. The Ingenuity software on the PC is pretty much useless for the Cloud 2. The only thing that it can do is turning on and off 7.1. That's it. There's no equalizers or any presets. That's a bummer on that side. Moving over to the Blackshark V2 Pro. All of your controls for the Blackshark V2 Pro, it's on your left ear cup. There's a power button, there's the mic mute button. It's too bad that it still uses USB mini for charging, but whatever, it works. And it has a 3.5mm jack right there, and it does not require the headset to be on. As a matter of fact, you can't even turn the headset on when you have this plugged into a source. And the volume wheel right here, this is probably one of my favorite features on this headset. As you can tell, it is very big. It's smooth scrolling. Now it does have an end here at the 100 mark and the 0 mark. However, it has a little tactile click right here at the 50 mark. So you know you're halfway when it comes to your volume. Extremely convenient feature on this volume wheel. It is easy to reach. I really like this volume wheel. Very convenient. As far as using this works wirelessly on your PS4, PS5, PC. It works with your Nintendo Switch and dock mode. Now, as far as for your Xbox, you will use the 3.5mm, plugging it right into your controller, and you can also use this with the Switch in undock mode, since you can use the 3.5, and of course in dock mode wirelessly as well. As far as software goes, the rate of Synapse, say whatever you want about Synapse. Is it a great software? Yay, nay, whatever. You can be the judge. But for this video's purpose, the Synapse does offer way more functionality than the HyperX Ingenuity. Just because you can adjust the equalizer on here, and there's different presets. You can adjust even equalizers for your microphone. It does have a 7.1 feature, which they call the THX spatial audio. Not a huge fan of any of these spatial 7.1 softwares. So for this round, the winner, it's pretty clear here, goes to the Blackshark V2 Pro as far as functionality goes. And moving on to round 4, gaming sound. A little bit of background to what kind of games I play most. I mainly play story-driven games or role-playing games. I dabble in a little bit of first-person shooter in there and there. I'm definitely not a competitive gamer. I do not play any type of competitive gaming. If I do play PvP games, it's strictly for fun and just to kill times. Nothing serious, okay? So take what I say with a major grain of salt when it comes to gaming sound quality, because it's a very subjective subject here. Okay, so let's start with the Blackshark V2 Pro. This headset is definitely more toned towards the low end, the bass. Very boomy bass. Okay, although you can adjust it within the Synapse, the equalizer options, I still find this headset to be very tuned towards that end. Okay, what is this great for? I find that it is great for various story-driven type of games, as it gives you a very environmental feel because of how it just brings it together very well. It's got the deep sound, and I gotta say, for the majority of the games that I play, this headset works very well. Now, from my experience using this for first-person shooters, I do not find it as engaging as go to the Cloud 2 here. And here we're going to get into what I think about the Cloud 2. The Cloud 2 wireless, I don't think it does any genre particularly well, but it does every genre just right. It is not tuned too much to the low, nor the high, nor the mid. It is just a very balanced headset. Since you really can't adjust this within the HyperX Ingenuity software, you just take the sound out of the box. And I gotta say, the Cloud 2 wireless works very well across all types of games that I played. Now, if I'm deep into a story-driven game such as The Witcher 3, for example, I usually tend to use. I was using this one a lot more since I think this tunes better for that. But overall, if I must pick a winner here, it's got to go to the Cloud 2 wireless, because this is just a way more versatile headphone as far as sound quality goes. It sounds great across all genres of games, and I don't think you can go wrong with this headset. If this is your only headset that you want to get, I would definitely pick this for sound quality for gaming. Before we start the mic test, I just want to quickly mention the battery life on these headsets. According to Razer's website, the Blackshark V2 Pro gets you up to 24 hours, and the Cloud 2 Wireless on the HyperX website stated it gets you up to 30 hours. Now, for me personally, I charge up my stuff overnight as needed. Therefore, I have not run into any battery issues at all.
And now, the final round of our battle, the mic test. Right now, you're listening to the microphone on the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. And I do want to go back to a little bit about using these headsets on your consoles. Now, I had mentioned that the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless works on your PS4, PS5 wirelessly with no issues. I do want to mention one thing about the Nintendo Switch. If you can use it in handheld mode wirelessly. Now, bear in mind, the Nintendo Switch I have here is the original Nintendo Switch, so I cannot speak for the OLED version. But if you can find some kind of a USB-C hub, as you can see here that I have docked to the bottom of the Switch, you can use this wirelessly on the Switch. Now, I've never been able to figure out how to get a mic to work on a Switch, so that is not something that I am too familiar with. But this works with both the Blackshark V2 Pro and the HyperX Cloud 2 for the Switch. Now, let's move over to the mic test for the Blackshark V2 Pro. And now you're hearing the mic on the Blackshark V2 Pro here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Synapse has a way to adjust the equalizer, and they have presets for the microphone as well. So to keep this comparison fair, I have leave the setting to default, and I have turned off all the other enhancements you can make on it. So this will be a fair comparison with the Cloud 2 straight out of the box, basically. Now I want to go back a little bit to console gaming because during my testing, I don't really hear any difference between using the headset on PC and then moving it over to my PlayStation 5. They sound the same to me, and the Tempest 3D audio that the PlayStation 5 offers works on both of them as far as I can tell. Now, on the Nintendo Switch, using the wireless method that I showed earlier, whether in handheld mode or dock mode, they both sound about the same. Now, I don't believe on the Blackshark the equalizer setting that you have saved on the PC carries over because I really can't tell. Now I have not messed around too much on the equalizer setting on the Synapse with this headset. So maybe if someone else can know better than me, please comment down below and let me know. Now, as far as using it on your Xbox, I've tested the Blackshark V2 Pro with a 3.5 millimeter jack into the controller. And I gotta say, my Xbox, I have an Xbox Series S. It processes audio pretty well with this headset. And once again, I think it sounds great. I think it sounds very similar to what I hear on my PC using the wireless dongle. Therefore, I definitely recommend both of these headsets to use on consoles. But if you have an Xbox, then you have to go with the Blackshark V2 Pro.
All right, so I went back and listened to both microphone tests, and now we're back to my using my Blue Yeti. Um, this is a very tough one. I think both mics sounds great. Um, not being someone that's big into competitive gaming and that uses mic on a regular basis, it is very hard for me to pick a winner here. But if I have to pick a winner of which one has the best mic, I'm gonna have to give it to the Blackshark V2 Pro. Simply due to the fact that you can do various adjustments using Synapse. And I gotta say, some of their presets are pretty good, especially what's that one called? There's one that I really like. The broadcast preset for the mic equalizer and Synapse. Once again, just personal preference. I really like that one. I think it makes the mic really pop.
Also, they have a voice gate on there. They have normalization and clarity. I just think the synapse for the mic on this one really makes a difference. Now, if you're only playing on console, I don't think this makes a difference because I don't think the settings on synapse saves over to the console. Therefore, if we take that into the equation, I think I still have to give it to the Blackshark. I think that even at default setting, the Blackshark mic just sounds like there's a little bit more oomph to it. And it's not, I mean, it's obviously not as good as say something like the Blue Yeti, but I just feel like the mic on the Blackshark V2 Pro it's just a little bit more than the Cloud 2. Okay. All right. Now that we've gone through all 5 rounds, as you can see, we have a score of 3-2 favoring the Blackshark V2 Pro. So let's go to my conclusion on what is my view on both of these headsets, and which one would I pick if I only have one of them. After 5 rounds of battle, which headset would I declare as the winner? Now, if you go by the scoreboard, Blackshark V2 Pro wins because it's up 3-2. But if I have to pick a headset that I would use, and I can only pick one, I would have to give the winner to the Blackshark V2 Pro because it checks the most important box for me as far when it comes to headset, which is the comfort. Because the way I see it, no matter how good the headset sound, no matter how much functionality it provides, if the headset is not comfortable, you're not gonna wear them. I'm not gonna wear them. Therefore, comfort to me is the most important factor when it comes to choosing a headset. But once again, it's comfortable for me, for my head, for my use. It may not be for you. Also, I do want to briefly talk about the 3.5mm jack here. Yeah, you might say, come on, this is a wireless headset, who cares about the 3.5? Well, I was kind of in that same boat until I really started using these headsets. And believe it or not, I find myself using this more than I thought I would. Because sometimes you have a device in your hand, you just want to plug the thing in and just get sound out of it. You don't want to look for your dongle, take it out of your PC or PlayStation, whatever. It's just very, very convenient to have that. Plus, you can use the Blackshark V2 Pro on your Xbox via the 3.5mm jack there. I want to thank you for watching my video. Please hit that like button if you truly liked the video, and subscribe to my new channel to help my new channel grow. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.